Hello friends, welcome to our channel Brain Alive. In this video, we will discuss characteristics of JFET. In our earlier video, we have discussed fabrication of JFET and operation of JFET. Now we will discuss its characteristics. It has two types of characteristics. First one is drain characteristics and the other one is transfer characteristics. In drain characteristics, curve are drawn between output current and output voltage, means drain current and voltage between drain and source at constant value of input voltage, that is voltage between gate and source. And in transfer characteristics, curves are drawn between drain current and voltage between gate and source at a constant value of voltage between drain and source. These are called transfer characteristics because here the relationship is established between output current and input voltage, as the one quantity is output side and the other quantity is at input side. Therefore, it is called transfer characteristics. This is the circuit arrangement to draw various characteristics. This is our JFET, and in the drain terminal we have placed a milliammeter to measure the drain current, and parallel to this JFET we have placed a voltmeter to measure the voltage between the drain and the source. It is rheostat through which we are giving this voltage through this VDD battery. Now in left side we have placed a voltmeter between the gate and the source to measure the voltage between the gate and the source, and we are giving voltage to this gate terminal through this rheostat through which this battery VGG is connected. Now we will discuss drain characteristics of JFET. To draw the drain characteristics, first we will set the value of VGS equals to 0 using this battery VGG. Now we will increase the value of this VDS, voltage between drain and source, in small steps, and for every steps we will note down the value of drain current through this milliammeter. We will increase this value using this battery variable battery VDD. Now we will repeat this experiment keeping this VGS equals to 0 for different value of VDS, and note down the value of this drain current ID. Now using this data we will draw this drain characteristics curve. The curve will be like this. In this curve we can see three different regions. First one is ohmic region, second one is saturation region, and third one is breakdown region. Now we will discuss these three regions. We can see here in ohmic region, when we increase the value of VDS, there is a linear increase in the value of ID. Up to point A, means up to knee point, there is a linear increase in value of ID when we increase value of this VDS. So this region follows Ohm's law. That's why this is called ohmic region. Now see here, when we increase this voltage and ID increases, due to increase in this ID there is a more voltage drop in the semiconductor material. As there is a more voltage drop, and this is n-type semiconductor material, and this is connected to positive terminal. So as the voltage drop is more here, there is the more reverse biasing here, and this more reverse biases this PN junction. This is of N type. This is N type. So this PN junction is reversed bias here. Due to reverse biasing, there will be increment in the depletion to depletion region on these two junctions. Due to these two depletion region, the channel becomes constricted. So the channel is narrow here. So the drain current will be less here in this region because it is following the reverse square law. Now from point B we can see that even if by increasing this value of this VDS, we can see no change in the drain current. There is a constant drain current in this region even after increasing the value of this VDS. So this region is called saturation region. The voltage at point B is called VP, the pinch off voltage. This is called pinch off voltage because these two depletion region approaches to meet each other and they block the channel. That's why this is called pinch off voltage. In this region the drain current is constant because when this reverse biasing is increased so much that the channel has become more or less blocked. It is not completely blocked, it is almost to block, because the channel width is limited, so the limited number of electrons can flow through this channel. So the current becomes constant in this region from B to C. Now, if we increase the value of VDS after point C, this will increase the reverse biasing at the junction, and this reverse biasing will causes a large electric field at the junction. This will cause the gate junction broke down, and a large number of electrons will flow from source to drain and causes a high value of drain current, means the drain current will shoots high in this region, but the device will be damaged in this case. So we can increase the value of VDS only up to point VA, means avalanche breakdown. This curve is obtained when VGS is equals to 0. Now we will see the effect of negative voltage at the gate junction. Now we will provide a negative voltage at the gate junction and see the changes in this graph. Here we can see this is the graph when VGS was equals to 0. Now we have provided negative minus 1 volt at the gate. We can see that this curve is shifting downward. And if we increase the negative bias, the shift is more. The curve is shifted more downward. So we can see here that if we provide a negative voltage at the gate, the avalanche breakdown comes earlier. In this curve it comes between 25 and 30, and if we increase this voltage at the gate, the avalanche breakdowns comes more earlier, and also the range of the constant drain current also decreases. Here when VGS equals to 0, the constant drain current is almost equals to 9, and when the gate voltage is minus 1 volt, the drain current shift downward. The range of the drain current is now almost 7, and if we increase this value more, means more negative bias at the gate, so this range is shifted more downward, it becomes 4. So the range of constant drain current also decreases if we increase the negative bias at the gate. Here we can also see that the range of this ohmic region also reduced if we increase the negative gate bias. Now suppose we are providing a positive bias at the gate. As we can see in this diagram, this VDD is reverse biasing the drain, and if we provide a positive bias at the gate, this will forward bias the junction. As this is forward biasing the junction, and this voltage is reverse biasing the junction, so the total reverse bias or the net reverse bias will be reduced, as this will widely open the channel, so the large number of charge carriers can flow from source to drain and the current will increase. So we can see here the current in this case, when we provide a positive bias at the gate, the current is increased. This will become 11 here, and also the avalanche breakdown will be later in this case, and also the ohmic region will increase. Now we can find the DC drain resistance by dividing the voltage between drain and source, DC voltage between drain and source, by the drain current. This is the DC drain resistance. By using the drain characteristics curve, we can find the AC drain resistance. This will be equals to small rd equals to change in VDS, means change in voltage between drain and source, dividing by change in the drain current when the VGS is kept constant. Now we'll discuss the transfer characteristics curve of GFET. This is the transfer characteristic curve of GFET, and this curve is characterized by this equation. Here this IDSS is the drain current, this is IDSS, this is the drain current when the VGS equals to 0, and this VP is the pinch off voltage when ID is equals to 0. We can draw this curve by using this equation or by experimental method. By using this equation, we will change the value of this VGS and get the value of this ID. These two terms are fixed, and by experimental method we will set some value of this VDS and change the value of VGS in steps and note down the value of this ID. Then using this data, we can draw this curve. Using this curve, we can find out the transconductance of the JFET. This is the formula for transconductance. By finding the slope of this curve, we can find out the transconductance. This is delta ID upon delta VGS when VDS is kept constant. This transconductance tells us about how much ID, how much drain current changes when we change the value of VGS at a constant voltage of VDS. Hope you understand the characteristics of JFET. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching the video.